Hey guys, happy Friday. Amy Novakovich here, Nova Wealth Management. Welcome to Finance Friday. We do everything we can to help you save and protect your money and help you grow to your full potential. We try to change the relationship with your money to try to change your life here. So, sorry I had some technical difficulties at first. I honestly think it's because I was putting hashtag Facebook. It would just freeze up when I would go to live. So, I don't know. That might be a thing. Hey, RT. So follow me on Twitter at Novakovich Amy or our company at Nova Wealth Management. Management's abbreviated. Yes, I'm solo. I know Jim's not feeling super, and this just wasn't the best day. So yeah, so I'm solo, but this won't be super long. But I just want to cover really. I mean, I don't know if you even heard, but Facebook has been in the news this week. Hey, Johnny. Facebook has been in and out of the news this week. Thank you. For being investigated for essentially selling information. Well, not them selling information, but someone got a hold of their information. I'll kind of go over the whole story here once we get past the main point. Someone got a hold of their information and sold it to affect 50 million users on Facebook. Their information getting sold to people and them getting targeted for certain ads for the Trump campaign, and so they're now under scrutiny, possible lawsuits being filed. The FTC is investigating them. Other institutions are possibly investigating them. Their stock has taken a huge hit, down like 13% going into today. So I mean, there's a lot going on. So I wanted to cover really today what's going on with Facebook. Why are they getting investigated? What happened? And then I want to talk about what that means for your business, because a lot of people advertise on Facebook, including us, and what that means for your information. So the overall story, and I'm going to, you're filing a complaint. The overall story, and I'll go ahead and post like a little summary on our YouTube channel. Go to our YouTube channel and we'll check out the summary after all this. But essentially what happened is Cambridge University had a survey put out in 2014 to 270,000 people. And really it was just to gain personality profiles. They said it was for educational purposes only. And when you would take that survey, you would also download an app. And so since then, in 2014, Facebook has since banned that ability to do that. The ability to actually gather information from a survey and force people to download app, which can gather data from other Facebook users. So what happened was Cambridge University said they didn't want to work with Cambridge Analytics, but there was somebody, a professor at the university, Dr. Kroger, I think his name was Krogan, Alexander Krogan, who actually said he would work with them and ended up taking friends of friends that took the survey, and it expanded out to 50 million people and got their information and gave that to a company called Cambridge Analytica, which is a political consulting firm that worked with the Trump campaign. And so what they did was, their goal was to target people for ads for the election. So, no, I'm not. So, you're making me lose my train of thought, RT. This is not good. So, ultimately, did Facebook sell your information? No. What they did was they allowed a company, actually a university, to go in and do a survey for educational purposes to gather data. And actually, those 270,000 people consented to doing that. They consented to saying, yes, it's okay to gather my data for the purpose of this survey. But the 50 million people, so the friends of people that took the survey, did not consent to that. Although, when you do open a Facebook profile, you do consent to certain things, that you do understand that your information is out there in a way. I don't know the exacts of the disclosure. It's been years since I created my Facebook profile. But you don't consent to, a company gathering your information and then being sold to another company. But you do know that your information is out there. So, essentially, since then, Facebook has banned that kind of activity, right? So it's now coming out, though, that Cambridge Analytica used 50 million users' information to probe people and send ads on the election. They didn't steal money. They didn't, hack into your systems. They're not hackers. So, I mean, this isn't like this huge, big scandal, other than Facebook could be in really big trouble for allowing this to happen, because ultimately Zuckerberg came out in a statement, I think it was yesterday, and an interview with Wired, and just said that, we actually had legal statements saying that they destroyed the information. He has a legal document saying that they destroyed the 50 million users' information and it wasn't used. But now it's just starting to come out that that might not be true. That actually hasn't even been confirmed for sure yet. That's straight out of his mouth. If you want to read the Wired interview, I could probably post a link to it, but it's the transcript from the interview. But he said, now moving forward, what they're going to do is have forensics audits of any apps that would be even associated with their platform. And moving forward, they're going to do further due diligence. He said up to 15 things on gathering information, on gathering our information, because, again, a lot of businesses use this information to target ads. And then not only that, but then there's businesses that their sole purpose is to teach businesses how to do ads on Facebook, how to get leads on Facebook. So this so far is not going to affect business operations, because they already banned what has happened in this scandal. Let's call it a scandal. I don't know that I would really even call it that, but they have already banned those activities. That's done. So there's not going to be a lot that changes from that. But moving forward, they have talked about, at least, putting further information blocks on businesses. And although nothing has been done yet, nothing has been announced, he talked about 15 changes to further restrict data. Again, for those of you that are just probably joining, we're talking about just why is Facebook in the news, why are they being investigated, what happened, and then what does this mean for your business and your information. So ultimately right now your information is safe. It's not like somebody hacked you. It's not like they're stealing money from people. It's not like that. So if we're talking about the stock itself, the way that it's pulled back over the last 4 days, I think this is the 4th day. I mean, it's a big pullback. It's now down, like I said, going in 13% today. I don't even know what it closed, because the last 10 minutes I was fussing with this, but I mean, the market closed down over 400 points, I know, and then it probably accelerated into the last 5 minutes of the day, which it usually does. So if you own Facebook currently, let's talk about, should we hold it, should we buy it, should we sell it? And again, these are never recommendations. I don't know you directly or the way you invest, but I think we can talk about this in general, for general information purposes, and then you can make your own educated decision. But if you own Facebook, I wouldn't sell on this pressure. If you have more funds and you're a long-term investor, yeah, I'd probably buy more. This is an opportunity, and Facebook has been soaring for a long time. So once it kind of irons out, do I know how much it will go lower? No, I don't. This could continue for another 2 weeks. The bleeding could continue. So you have to be able to take risk, and you have to be in it for the long term. But there's no doubt this is a buying opportunity. Anytime a stock pulls back over 10%, they call it correction territory. So, I mean, there's an opportunity here. If you already own it, I would definitely hold it. I would not sell. So I would definitely not sell. Worst case, I would hold. And if you have the opportunity to buy more, buy. But if you're looking to open a position in Facebook so you don't already own it, there's probably other deals out there right now, considering the whole market is pulling back right now too. So there's two things going on. There's obviously Facebook that is going down, but the overall market is really having trouble right now. So there's probably other opportunities right now. If the market was still at all-time highs, I would say, all right, well, maybe we look at Facebook. But right now, there's so many other opportunities. Boeing is way down due to the tariff talk. But now we got this huge defense bill passed today. So, I mean, maybe other opportunities are out there that if you're entering into positions, I don't know that I would go into Facebook just yet. There might be, again, a better opportunity to buy, because I don't know when the bleeding will stop, ultimately. So what happened in Facebook? Nobody hacked into your information. Your information is not currently getting sold. In fact, Cambridge Analytica, the firm that had the 50 million users' information, says it was deleted. That's why Facebook executives have said, we probably should have looked into that further. We should have looked into the fact that did they actually destroy and delete the data and do an audit of this? Because they really just got a legal document that said, yes, we've deleted it, and then moved on. So that was one of the mistakes they said they made. So was your data hacked? No. Was your data sold in order to send Trump campaign ads? Maybe. That's not confirmed yet, but that is the scrutiny, and that's what the investigation is for, because it's not about how badly were you bruised in it. At this point, it's did you violate something that people didn't agree to? And the people taking the survey, 270,000 people, agreed to their information getting sold, but 50 million people did not. And again, those were the friends of the friends that took the survey. So let's recap, and then we can just wrap up because everybody wants to get on with their weekend. Facebook admits that they probably should have done a further audit of this whole, the educational facility, Cambridge University, using the information from their survey to download an app, to then gather information, and then 50 million users were affected. They agreed they should have done an audit, but from now on, they're going to. That is something they are implementing. They banned the ability, the technology, the restriction that wasn't there in 2014 is now there anyways, and that's not going to change moving forward. That's already been there for 3 to 4 years. So that's not going to change. But moving forward, they are going to have further restrictions on information. Will this affect businesses and the way they advertise? Maybe, but that's not known yet. I think they will publicly announce that if it has any major effect on the way businesses advertise, that will be publicly announced, and we will know that at that time. But at this point, you don't need to stop your Facebook ad campaigns. You're not putting people's information at risk. They've already banned that. They've already made that restriction. Hey, Tim. Oh my gosh, we have to catch up soon. So your information is not at risk at this point. And if you were one of the 50 million users, then they probably took your information and sent you a Trump campaign ad at the worst case. So it's not like it's this big, awful thing. You may have gotten a few more ads that you didn't want, or maybe you did want them, I don't know. But they didn't sell your information to hackers or anything like that. So it's not something to sit at home and worry about that your Facebook profile is at risk. I would not say that. I would say if you're a business that advertises on Facebook to pay attention to what they do from here moving on forward. Definitely for business people. And then finally on the stock, if you own it, I would hold it, possibly buy more if you have that ability and you have the ability to take risk, because it could go down further, obviously. But I don't know that I would enter in just yet if you're entering into a position for the first time. I don't know that I would recommend you entering in just yet, simply because we don't know where the bleeding is going to stop. Wait until the market kind of irons itself out too, because the market is kind of going through this correction right now, which is normal. And as we said a few weeks ago, it is normal. So we're back in this volatility stage in the market. So take your opportunities. And right now, if you're just entering into positions, Facebook might not be the best one because they're going through an investigation. There might be other opportunities right now. But other than that, you're good. So if you have any questions, please feel free to message us. Watch our actually, you can watch or listen to our podcast. You can watch our podcast on the Wooditch Network. You can listen to our podcast on iTunes. It's The Nova Wealth Show. Share this video if you know someone that's thinking about buying Facebook, is worried about their Facebook information, their profile, is worried about their business being advertised on Facebook. Share this video if you think it can help somebody. That would be great. Follow us on Instagram. We now have an Instagram profile. We're moving up in the world, Nova Wealth Management. So we're out there. Anything we can do to help you, let us know. But have an awesome weekend, and we'll see you next week.